there's so many eggs. Let's take some of those off for now. Hello. Can you hear me okay? Just want to check that the sound is alright. Am I too loud? Do I need to move the microphone away from my face? It's a little close right now. Well, let me know if twinkles are too loud or if the mic needs to be up a little bit more. Let's get started, friends. Happy Sunday. It's good to be streaming on a Sunday. The sun is finally coming out. It was really cloudy this morning. But let's see. So last time on the stream, we talked about poaching eggs. We had egg edition number 2, trying to make the Wednesday streams about eggs once a month. And so the next one will be, let's double check. So the next one will be 3rd week of June. June 17th will be the next egg edition. That's fun. But we talked about poaching eggs and then how to poach a bunch at once. I always suggest, master poaching 1 egg in your specific kitchen condition, and then you can start to move on to other eggs. And then we also talked about eggshell biodegradable packaging, which was really, really fascinating, like super fascinating. But if you want to catch up, you can watch all the clips here on my channel if you click on videos. Twitch deletes streams after 2 weeks. I also upload the archive to youtube.com/JENNDLV. I get 3 videos a week there now, which is kind of crazy to think about. Make sure to subscribe there if you can't watch at the regular times. So like I said, I'm here on Twitch every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Eastern, and then every Sunday at 12 p.m. Eastern to talk about zines. That's today. Woohoo! Last week we talked about Put an Egg on It, issue number 7, a Korean fish zine by Porkbelly Comics, Edible Brooklyn, Edible East End, and a travel issue of Gourmet. This week we're going to talk about Put an Egg on It, number 8, Overseasoned, March 2017. A mistake that was mailed to me, Shape magazine, but I read it anyway. And then a holiday issue of Bon Appetit. Well, this is not the true cover. The true cover is here. We will talk about that later. But anyway, so to get the business out of the way, I'm a Twitch affiliate now, so if you have Amazon Prime, you can gift a subscription to your favorite creators every month. So you have one, you get a free Twitch thingy to give to people. So if you click the purple button either above my head or below it, it says gift a sub. You can connect your Amazon account to Twitch, and if you choose me, I'd be so happy. It sends me a little bit of money every week for a month, which is amazing. People don't know they have the Twitch subscription for free with Amazon Prime. Most people just don't use it. So, superpower, amazing. I updated the channel video below, the section below us here on the video, with the Amazon module. So I have a shop there. If you click and buy things from it, it doesn't even have to be the items in the shop. If you buy things you need and you just click through my link, it also sends me some affiliate money. So this is like one way that I, can make this life work. But totally understand, Amazon's not your thing. I'm also on Patreon. I make so much stuff now. Every Monday, tomorrow, I'm going to be uploading a new skate video. Can you believe that I'm up to 12? 12. I've been skating for 12 days, technically. Well, 12 weeks, but... But anyway, I'm excited to keep sharing those with you. I feel like I'm getting better and better, and I really like skateboarding. I'm also uploading those videos here on Twitch, so if you want to stick around later, you can click around my profile and find the skate videos. On Friday, we released an episode of Fun Chatty, which is the Fun City Ventures behind-the-scenes talk show. I wasn't in on this one, but the team talked about their impressions of the new game we're going to be trying during quarantine. It's called Still Fleet. We had an article in Newsweek talking about, how our whole podcast studio, Fortunate Horse, is going to be coping with recording remotely since we can't really be in the same room right now. And we announced that we're going to be doing a short campaign of a new unreleased tabletop game called Still Fleet. So we're in the middle of testing the game and seeing what it feels like. So far, I love it. It's set millions of years in the future, and alien life is much more normal than being human. So we get weird, and the fighting is so much easier than it is in Shadowrun. I'm always gonna love Shadowrun, but Steel Fleet is super super cool, and I can't wait to share that world with you. What else? It's been raining, so I haven't been streaming on my patio as much as I want to. Womp. Okay, was another way. So another way you can support this channel is by joining my Patreon. Some of you are already in there. Thank you so much. It's a monthly recipe club, where I share recipes every Wednesday just for you. I also take suggestions from you on what to cover next. And then we have a free pantry guide, ultimate pantry guide, with tons of guides and ideas on how to keep cooking during quarantine. So if there's something that's missing there, let me know and I will add it. Yes. But also understand, if you're going through financial hardship just like me, or just got laid off and you need to change your memberships and stuff, totally understand. I will still share free resources with you. Feel free to DM me anytime. I will answer your cooking questions or zine questions. I'm still working on Culinary Word of the Day. I'm hoping, cross my fingers, to get like episodes 2 and 3 done soon so we can get closer to launching on Simplecast. So follow the progress there on Twitter at CulinaryWOTD. And there's a form there to submit words. I've had 3 words submitted so far, and I would love to get to 14 before I get this out of the world. Exciting. Okay, let's just start talking about zines. I can be a DLC character in the new Tony Hawk game? I would love that. Hi, Martin. And are the twinkles sounding okay? Do I sound okay? Do I need to be quieter or louder? Can you tell me? Before we get into the first magazine, I want to put an egg on me. Let's put fried egg. I got a fried egg on my shoulder. Twinkles are good. Great. Okay, let's get to our first zine. So, full disclosure, I work. There's a tiny bit of phasing on my voice. Oh, what does that mean? Oh no. I'll just make the twinkles quieter. Check, check. Check a check. Looks fine on my end. Well, if I get unintelligible, please let me know, and then I can try to reset the stream. Maybe? Okay, first zine of the day is going to be Put an Egg on It number 8. Full disclosure, I'm the editor-at-large of this, so I work on it. This is technically the first issue that I participated in. I was not an editor. I did not have any bylines anywhere yet. This was made in... Oh my god, how come I don't know this? This is winter 2013. Can you believe it was 7 years ago? Oh my god! I've been involved with Put an Egg on It for 7 years. Oh my gosh. So, front cover always has somebody that's taking a bite out of something. This is my friend Sophia. And my other friend Zeppelin, his eyeball is like here. He's a Boston Terrier pug. And we'll get to it later, but so Soph is eating lumpia. So let's open this up. First tip in the magazine is called The Walking Bread, and it's adorable. It's got this like pentagram and a bread in a circle. To revive a stale loaf of bread, sprinkle a little water on top and wrap it in aluminum foil. Then bake it at 350 degrees for 10 minutes. I haven't tried that. Have you? Oh yeah, and like I said, the first image here is from my old kitchen. This is Jenn de la Vega's sunny kitchen during our lazy Sunday lumpia making party. Each dish was a traditional Filipino recipe with a de la Vega twist. Oh, that is so cute revisiting this. This is Jeff's of gloves, my old roommate. I just want to move this microphone out of the way a little bit. Anyway, let me read you the letter to the editor. Family affair. One afternoon, years ago, I was scrolling by the kitchen when my mother leaned over, grabbed the orange soda from my hand, and used it to glaze a roasted chicken pan. We have a clear culinary roles in our family. Mom is the master of sauces and dressing. Dad bakes. Megan figures things out, and I'm the dreamer. We grew up hanging out in the kitchen while our parents entertain, and it is the place where the most interesting family dramas and adventures have played out. We connect here. We make stock and do the crossword. We argue about the best way to cook octopus. We take care of one another and keep each other company. For recipes and stories from our families and our friends' families, see page 48. That's our letter to the end. Letter from the editor, from Simon. So it's really funny to look at the masthead. I'm not in it yet. 7 years ago. I can't believe it. Happy anniversary. We have lots of contributors in here. Let me see. Do I recognize anybody? Oh, we have Matthew J. Tilden from Scratchbread. Excuse me. Linda Sparrow, Simon's mother. Yeah, we've got lots of really fun things. Oh, here's another tip. Try this. Make your own spice blends. Get a coffee grinder and a selection of whole spices and experiment. Put together a few dried different chilies, guajillo, pasilla, or chipotle, and some kosher salt for a chili flake mix that's really beyond. That is such Simon copy. Simon always says that is just beyond. You know, whenever we have like pitch sessions or we try to brainstorm it, put an egg on it, I know that I have a good idea when Simon goes, "Oh, that's fucked up." That is a sign of a good idea when Simon goes, "Oh, oh." Let's see. Excuse me. We have a recommended item here, the DP Chutney Spice Root Citrus Chutney. It's really quite something. Slather it on fish or chicken before grilling, or try it with rice and beans. You can see it here, this red jar. Would it help if I lowered my volume a little bit? There we go. A Little Dinner of the Future, a forecast by Mr. Punch's own clairvoyant. I'll read you this first paragraph. Let's see. Excuse me, I might need a drink of water here. According to the Daily Chronicle, an American professor is looking forward to the time when cooking and dining shall become lost arts, and we shall take our sustenance in the form of tablets of concentrated things. Our esteemed contemporary appears to think that such a system would necessarily do away with all the conviviality and social intercourse. But unless Mr. Punch's clairvoyant is liable to error, which is absurd, we need not take quite so gloomy a view of the future. People will still entertain. Only the dinner of the next century will be a more economical and less tedious function. And instead of having to go through a trying interview with her cook, the coming hostess will merely look in at the nearest food chemist's when some such conversation as the following will settle the whole business. Whoa. So the book was called A Forecast by Mr. Punch's Own Clairvoyant, A Little Dinner of the Future. Originally published in 1895. Interesting. Excuse me. There's a feature here about Rocket Gallery. Architects Kazuhiro Shimizu and MS4D designed Rocket. In 2011, Daiki Mills added the open kitchen and second floor gallery. I'll read the first paragraph here for you. Rocket Gallery is tucked into a little alley off one of the winding side streets in a maze of shops and restaurants between Harajuku and Shibuya neighborhoods of Tokyo. Do not rely on Google Maps when I'll tempt you to go there. Instead, turn left at Tony and Guy and then look for a big purple sign that says Teeth. The entrance to Rocket looks like the door to a walk-in fridge. The space is small but tall and airy thanks to a big skylight. Gallery visitors can interact with those working inside the open kitchen built into a wooden loft. Sounds cool! Rocket Gallery in Japan. Amazing. We also have a review of Mr. B Original Potato Chips. The only potato chip made in West Virginia. Is that true? Have you seen these? Do you know? Let's see. To look at the chips, you'd think they were light as air. They're thin and break easily. They're much paler than other chips, almost white. There is a distinct Mr. B aftertaste. Excuse me. Oh, I have to use my inhaler. There's a distinct Mr. B aftertaste. It's grease and salt, but not like any other chip. It's like when you put lotion on, and even after washing your hands, it's still there. Yeah. No drink gets rid of it. Only time does. This is from Kara Hanlon. Insane. You've never heard of Mr. B. Let's see. Hagelslag is another item here. Deru Ijter. What is this? Sold in an upright cardboard box and poured onto lusciously buttered fresh white bread at the breakfast table, or at the boardroom table, for that matter. Chocolate Hagelslag is one of the tastiest ways to enjoy chocolate. It's undoubtedly one of the great gifts that the Dutch have given the world, or at least it would be, if only the world would accept the kind gift, as opposed to diminishing it with the term sprinkles and reserving it for cake decoration and children's ice cream sundaes. Oh, it's fairy bread! Hagelslag. Comes in a package like that. It's a chocolate spread with sprinkles. Cute. Ooh, we have an illustrated Munch About. So Munch About feature is restaurant, a walking tour of someone's neighborhood. This is from Asa Ariyoshi. I came to New York this summer for the first time to draw and eat as much as possible. The one thing that stood out the most for me was how New Yorkers hardly ever take their time to sit down and eat. That's changed now. Whether they're on their way to work, walking the dog, or riding the subway, food always seems mostly a secondary thought. I'm a walker eater kind of a person. I used to be, I mean. These are great illustrations here. Food stains are a good inspiration source for color combinations. I agree. Look at these. Beautiful. You're a standard eater. I love it. These are wonderful. Check her out. Asa Ariyoshi. Cool. Oh, we got a drawing, crayon drawing. Cutie. Leela Cowell, 8, from San Diego, loves burritos. Mia Sachs, 9, from New Orleans, dreams of many yummy things. Colette Holcomb, 9, from Mill Valley, adores Fruit Loops. Phoebe Oblak, 8, from New York City, digs cupcakes. Caleb Soria, 9, from New Orleans, is very fond of sushi. Zoe Cusera, 8, from North Yarmouth, is way into noodle soup. So it's all these kid drawings. Adorable. Oh, look at that cupcake. Good cupcake. Great. We have a feature here from Gintare Parulite. Excuse me. Gintare Parulite. A feature about Luxembourg. I won't give that away here. Some lovely illustrations. Calvin Godfrey has a piece here called Duck Blood. The first time I ate Tiet Canvit was on Pritchard's birthday. The old man invited me out to his place among the cashew and rubber plantations along the Cambodian border. Wow. Big feature here. Dope. Okay, another tip here. Sausage standby. Let meat sit out at room temperature for 15-20 minutes to ensure more even cooking. That's true. Not just for sausage. All meat. All meat should be brought to room temperature before you cook it. We have a piece here from Max Blagg, Hunting and Gathering. Great image in the front here. Look. Looks like a woodcut. Greg Kokorian has a piece here. Franchise outing. I'll read you the first paragraph. Yesterday, sitting in the mild fumes of cleaning fluids and stale donuts, I told my mother I was gay. It's been a long time coming, but it struck me right before I did it that the scene was eerily familiar. The orange and pink decor, the fluorescent lights, my family member sitting across from me at a two-top. Whoa, coming out story. Pretty good. Got another food tip here. Mount Everest. Season often and season from a great height. Adding salt through the cooking process helps build flavors. When adding salt, hold your hand high above the dish to more evenly distribute it. This is true. So you know how Salt Bae does this from up high? And he lets it hit his elbow? You should actually, you know, from a height, so it doesn't hit your elbow. Because that's gross, right? He's getting his dander all over people's food. Yeah, Salt Bae's gross. We have a piece here, Shaika Al-Ali, called 0 of 10. If I was able to tell you how terrifying it is to go and lucidly place a dish I have just made on the crowded table of my grandmother's family gathering room, it would have been more like awkward job interview where they had just asked me how I feel about not wearing my hijab to work. Woo! Woo! Family drama. Let's switch up this. And we got another food tip here. Stop in the name of grub. Leave your food alone. Resist the urge to press, prod, or poke. No flattening of pancakes, it'll take out their fluff. No moving your vegetables if you want a good sear. And please, don't puncture your meat. It'll only let the precious juices leak out. It's true, you really shouldn't fiddle with your food unless directed to do so. You know, unless it was like a stir fry or something. Ooh, the light in here keeps changing. I'm gonna go turn on the light. 1 second. Be right back. Okay, we're back. We have a story here from Linda Sparrow, who's Simon's mother. Fasting. Fasts and cleanses fascinate me, and I've been known to sign on to some pretty weird ones for days or weeks at a time, in hopes of becoming healthier and maybe even smarter. Not that I ever succeeded. Well, that's not completely true. She goes on. And then we get to the part where I'm in here. This is my first appearance in Put an Egg on It. This is issue number 8. We had a lumpia making party, like basically egg rolls, and we have this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 page spread. What are you saying? Martin says, this past week I tried fixing some pancakes in the pan, made a Kronenberg pancake monster. Oh, I'm sorry. You should flip a pancake when you see lots of bubbles forming over its surface. When the bubbles have popped, that means maybe it's been too browned on the bottom. But you can see here, this is my old apartment. We used to call it Fort Kick-Ass. It had a really long kitchen counter. Kind of spanned, like our kitchen was the main part of the apartment, and it was very large. We even had like a Martha Stewart like pegboard. Jeff, when he assembled it, he's like, everybody take a picture of this. I want the equipment to always go back in the same spots. This was really fun. This is the first time I ever met Adam and Mitchell. Adam J. Kurtz and Mitchell Kuga, who are both amazing, amazing creative human beings. I don't know if you know Adam from online. He has a shop and sells lots of merch, and he wrote several books about being creative and creative prompts for when you get stuck. And Mitchell is a beautiful writer, and I catered their wedding. We met at we met in my kitchen. They came to my house to make lumpia with me because they knew Simon, and then years later I catered their wedding, which was really sweet and wonderful. But here I've got a deep fryer going, or a Dutch oven full of oil. We're making stir-fry filling for vegetable lumpia, and then I'm teaching everybody how to fold the egg rolls. And then we deep fry them. Oh, it was fun. Yeah, you can see here, getting the lumpia into the oil. That's my hand! And then there's me and the steam. I got rice for everybody. Oh, here's the big spread. Lots of lumpia in a hotel pan. This was fun. And then lots of photos of everybody biting into it. So long ago, I can't believe it. They have... What else did I serve that day? Oh, we made bacon lumpia Shanghai, cumin lumpia soca, cardamom lumpia frito, steamed rice with bitter garlic chips, black garlic mayo, duck sauce, and chili vinegar with garlic. Oh, doesn't that sound fun? Gosh. Alright, now we're at the recipe section. So in Put an Egg on It, we always base the entire issue off of the recipe section. And so this one was themed family. So we have James Friedman shared my father's sauce, like a tomato sauce. Ma's marinara. We got a lot of tomato in here. That was from Katie Muller. Kavita's lemon rice. Ooh, that sounds good. Kale Caesar with a soft-boiled egg. That's from Matthew Tilden from Scratch Bread. Lentil stew with kale from Nikki Crows. Pumpkin bread by Paul Kim. Polenta from Lee Wanis, who is Jenn Wanis' father. Is it father? Mother. Very sorry. Don't mean to assign a gender without actually knowing. Chicken and Biang from Kevin Addy. English toffee from Cindy Walker via Ann Walker. Ooh, so many different recipes in here. We have one more food tip. Oven bathing. To check if your oven has hot spots, give it the bread test. On a cookie sheet, lay out 6 pieces of white bread. The results will show where your oven's hot spots are so you can arrange your baked goods accordingly. So what's unsaid in that tip is that you're turning on the oven and checking, you know, if all the bread toasts the same for like 10 minutes, you know, then your oven is pretty even. But if you see that like it develops dark spots on any of the corners, you know that when you're gonna bake stuff in the future, to rotate the pan away from it, you know, so that not one spot of the pan gets burnt, you know? All right. My server is the last page in here. Oh, second to last page. Luna's small brunch and lunch spot and vintage converted convenience store on a residential street. Oh, so cute. Last page here. Nicholas Ekstad, the chef and owner of Ekstad in Stockholm, Sweden. I'll read you this first paragraph. I started to look at gastronomy differently, from a truly Nordic perspective, when I turned my map of Europe upside down. In Sweden, we so often look to the south as a culinary superior. We get our techniques and ingredients from France and Spain and Italy, so I thought, why not turn it around and look north? In the process of doing so, I began looking back into Swedish culinary history. Gastronomy in Sweden is really halted when electricity was introduced. We got so focused on modern stuff that it made us lazy and we forgot about our culture. Instead of teaching our family traditions, we looked to French cooking techniques, and most restaurants stopped cooking in the old styles. Traditional Nordic cooking uses an open fire technique, wood ovens, and cast iron stoves. At my restaurant Ekstad, we built a kitchen how it would have looked 200 years ago. In the early days, we sourced our ingredients entirely from local suppliers and farms, but lately we've been experimenting with using traditional Swedish techniques for cooking ingredients from other places, like smoking avocados and South American chilies. Yo, that sounds cool! And then always we close, put egg on it with a picture of a fridge. Oh, look at this back illustration here. Fun! Lovely. So that's Put an Egg on It, issue number 8. Still got copies in the putaneggonit.com online store. We're still shipping. Hooray! What else? Let's put another egg on me. Let's put a hard-boiled egg. Hello! The next independent zine I want to show you, I found at the SF Zine Fair with you, Martin. Got Overseasoned, March 2017. This is a monthly publication of mini cookbooks featuring seasonal recipes created by Amy Larson, Overseasoned.com. Hi Matt, good morning. How you doing? We're getting into a new zine here. I found this one in the Bay Area. Get a sip of water here before I start. Oy. Let's shuffle the little tones. Twinkle tones. Okay. This one caught my eye because Not only is it a food zine, you know, whenever I go to zine fairs, I'm like, I'm looking for all the food zines. You know, I skip over a lot of other subjects because there's just so many. It's just one way that I navigate zine fairs. What you saying, Matt? Literally just crawled out of bed and heated up some leftovers. So pretty okay. Amazing. I heated up some leftovers as well. I had pancit, which is the noodle stir fry I was making last week. Had chorizo on it and hard-boiled egg. So, Overseasoned. This caught my eye because I don't know if you can see this. It's on shimmery paper. Can you see that? I forget the name of it, but it's like kind of a heavyweight cardstock. But every page is printed on this like sheen. So it has like a whole nother texture. It's really smooth and still glossy, but sparkles when you look at it. I think this zine is great because it sort of shows, I don't know, a new hybrid of how you can make zines. Like, zines came out of like photocopying, drawing on it, layering cutout things, but this is a hybrid of digital and handwriting and painting. So she painted some pages, you know, and then scanned that, wrote over it, and then copied that. Or maybe she scanned them, but this is a really cool way to work around it. You know, if you don't quite know how to use Photoshop, or if you don't have Photoshop at all, it can get expensive. There are ways that you can, you know, still incorporate clip art in your own art, and then copy it in a high quality way. This is really cool. So, this is Amy again. Amy Larson made this. So her introduction says, the following is a collection of recipes I've written best enjoyed during the month of March. Damn, we just missed it. And it's Green Month. You'll see many a mean green meal in this edition. It's also Pie Day this month, and for what I've included 3 distinctly different but delicious pie recipes. A traditional chicken pot pie to the South American empanada to a super decadent thin mint pie. I propose that we make the most of the slushiest, grayest month of the year by stockpiling green foods and yummy pies. With love from my kitchen to yours, Amy. And it looks like she may have, like, you know, printed all of this stuff, like, en masse, but she actually signed it for real in pen at the bottom here, you can see. Like, there's a big difference, like, it's kind of amazing, the contrast between handwriting and printing. You can, like, you can see it. I know, I want the thin mint pie, too. Oh god, okay, get ready. She has a sweet tooth in this issue. Drunken Donuts, espresso martini with homemade Irish cream. So she has her own photography mixed with handwriting. It's fun. She also has salty Snickers cookies. Yo. Gluten-free. Nice. Got those cookies there too. I like this little timeline that she made. I think it makes us understand the recipe a little bit better. You see that line? The line says, begin, prepare the dough, 20 minutes, and then there's a little notch that says bake cookies, 15 minutes, another notch, cool, 5 minutes, yum. That's like our time commitment in a visual way. I think more people should be illustrating their recipes that way, time commitment. Yeah, does seem really handy. Oh, here we go. Thin mint crust chocolate pie. Serves 6 to 8, difficulty level, moderate. Okay. 1.5 sleeves thin mints. Okay. 4 tablespoons butter. Okay. 1 package chocolate pudding. Oh, okay. So you're not making the chocolate pudding from scratch. So this is more within reach than I thought. Wow. Cool. Thin mint chocolate. Oof. Look at that, man. It's delicious. Oh, here's a really practical one. This is one that I know by heart. Arugula walnut pesto. Difficulty level, easy. Yeah. That's also the one from the cover, arugula walnut pesto. I keep bopping myself in the nose with these. We have Meg's vegan French onion soup. Oh, she has a guest chef contribute to the zine. French onion soup. What makes... how do you do vegan French onion soup? Red wine, okay. Instead of beef stock. Brown sugar and balsamic vinegar. Okay, that makes sense. And then Daya mozzarella style vegan shredded cheese. Yum. Wow, this is only like 4 steps. Like, these are all super accessible recipes. Shrimp scampi with asparagus and rice. Ooh, the asparagus looks nice. What a nice high... Look at that layout. That's a dope layout for a zine. I love that. I know, chocolate pudding sounds so good right now, y'all. I know, I'm sorry I mentioned it. Ooh, potato, black bean, and poblano pepper empanadas with hot guac. Oh, I don't know about hot guac. Does she mean hot as in spicy or hot as in temperature? For the hot guac, 2 avocados, cup fresh cilantro, half poblano pepper, juice of 1 lime, jalapeno. Okay, maybe it's just spicy. Where does it say? I think you just mash it up. I think it's just spicy. Hot guac. Rotisserie chicken pot pie. Damn, this whole zine is like getting me. I know, we really should eat before coming to watch me stream. Because, you know. Maybe next Sunday I'll have my brunch ready and we'll eat for a second before we talk about food zines. It's so difficult. Okay. Spinach and tortellini soup. Dude, I haven't had tortellini in years. Years. It would be nice. Let me get some tortellini. Anyway, so this is really cute how she made these watercolor painted borders. And combined with the shimmery paper, it kind of looks like ocean, you know, water. But, you know, she does this one-painted frame and then scans it and then uses it for multiple pages. Like you see, like it's the same pattern here. I compared them. It does have the same. It's beautiful. It's cool. But yeah, this is Overseasoned, March 2017. Printed on shimmery cardstock. If you're interested in that, it's Amy Larson's info in the back. Oh, sorry. Hold on. Up. So these were our 2 independent zines that I went over today. Overseasoned and Put Egg on at number 8. Both on sale. Now, let's get into the commercial stuff. I'm going to go put this outside with a note that says she doesn't live here anymore, but I read it anyway. It's a Shape magazine with Anna Kendrick. I'm a fan of Anna Kendrick, so I'm okay with this. I thought that reading this magazine would give me a little bit more insight and motivation to, I don't know, celebrate the independent way of publishing things. I know, it's really funny. I read it because I just wanted to see if anything could still be helpful from here, you know. But this is everything I've been showing you has been from my archive from like 2013, 2012. This is the first magazine of the stream that is from 2020. So let's just look at it like as a specimen of publishing now. Like this is, I don't really experience this kind of stuff very often, so it's like a museum visit. Anyway, Anna Kendrick, wonderful, love her. Now, this was strange because, so last week I went through an issue of Gourmet magazine that was a travel issue, and so it was giving me a lot of feels and complicated feelings about all these advertisements about places we can't go anymore. And now, in 2020, Shape magazine is sort of reacting to quarantine. Like, this is kind of the first publication that I'm looking at that, you know, is addressing it. So the way that they're approaching it is the opposite. It's not stay inside, it's go outside and explore, which I think to a degree, sure, like if you're able to, like, yeah, sure, let's get outdoors and exercise out there. But I think that comes with so much privilege. That comes with so much white privilege. Like, there are people who can't leave their cities, who don't have cars, who don't have good sidewalks or safe lighting or anything to, like, leave their areas. I mean, there are things that we can do individually to stay in shape and, like, you know, stay happy. But I think the approach is admirable. Yeah, the approach is admirable to get outside. But I think, you know, clearly this magazine is, I'm not part of the target audience. Clearly. And so the advertisements, in contrast to last week, you know, world travel, hotel, restaurants, we're getting skincare, vehicles, snacks, pretzels. You see that? It's a very interesting shift. Matt says, yeah, no small amount of privilege in that statement. Absolutely. Yeah. Lots of skincare, saving money, insurance. Oh my God. Yeah, going somewhere safely without a car is really hard right now. And I can't believe there's this entire magazine dedicated to that. This is interesting. So I've noticed in a couple of the new modern magazines, there's like a page at the beginning that's about off the page, about their internet presence. Like, follow us on Twitter, follow us on Instagram. So it's strange to create content for something, you know, separated from it. Like, I think, in my opinion, in print, we don't have a lot of space to play with, and I wouldn't dedicate a whole page to this, you know, and put an egg on it. It's like, follow us on Twitter or Instagram. That's it. But they can afford to do this because of advertising. Yar. We have tourism advertisement from West Virginia. You see this? Okay, this is from the editor-in-chief, Elizabeth Goodman, artist, excuse me. Sunny days ahead. The great outdoors is called that for a reason. The physical and mental benefits of exploring and absorbing nature, feeling untethered, and taking on new adventures are many. To list a few: boosting strength, improving health, lifting mood, juicing creativity, and providing a sense of fulfillment. From the fresh air you breathe to the rambling landscape you have to navigate, your body is affected in ways that elevate your overall well-being and give you a thrill. This is why I'm so excited to launch a new column this month called No Bounds. It's all about being outdoors and discovering new ways to be active without restrictions. As I write this, I'm at home, like many, probably all, of you, sequestered inside during the coronavirus outbreak. But in this time in history makes me appreciate the possibility of living with no bounds even more. Every situation has a beginning, a middle, and an end. And while we're somewhere in the middle right now, when the end comes, I know we're shape readers will be yearning for fresh air, new adventures, and new challenges. This may mean something simple. Just taking your workout beyond your living room could be the thing you crave right now. Maybe you're itching for a bigger challenge, like your first hiking trip. Whatever feels new and exciting we want you to make it a priority. We want you to feel no bounds. Lots of feelings there, guys. Lots of feelings. So much privilege dripping from it. And there's a picture of a Winnebago. Like, who can afford a fucking Winnebago right now? Pardon my language. Seriously. I'll try not to get too incensed while reading this. We have our second skincare ad here. God. We have a statement from Meredith, who is the publisher, about safety and supporting American Red Cross, which is very corporate of them. They got an advertisement for sunglasses here for $210. Lord almighty. We got baby product advertisement here. Who's not losing the ad game? You know, advertisers are pulling out all over the place across the media landscape, and that's why a lot of media companies are laying people off. It's because advertisers don't want their products to be next to stories about the coronavirus. But, you know, who's actually winning that is brands like Myers or Clorox or, cleaning stuff. So, my goodness. Martin says, it's also a bit irresponsible to be taking germs into remote communities. Absolutely. Yes. Everybody stay the F home. Lots of beauty, of course, in here. You would think, at least for me, editorially, because this magazine is called Shape, you know, I would divorce beauty from shape, but I think that this audience conflates the two. Woo! Okay, what else? We've got... Oh gosh, it's the thing that I found while I was reading through this magazine is that there's this really blurry line now between what is advertising and what is the actual content. You know, like, so the way that a magazine is generally structured is that you pay advertisers, you know, no, advertisers pay you to put a page into the magazine. But Shape here is doing something else. Like, they're recommending products and then linking to their Amazon shop. So you know that I promoted my Amazon shop, and that's called affiliate marketing. So Amazon has a program where anyone can sign up, and if other people click through your link, you know, you are an affiliate of Amazon, you make money. So Shape is recommending these products and then telling people to go to their Amazon shop. So when you buy that product from their Amazon shop, they're making more money in addition to the advertisements. Like, it seems a little wrong to let a large company like Shape, or Meredith for that matter, to be using affiliate marketing or affiliate links from Amazon when it's sort of meant to help, you know, smaller businesses. But who knows these days, you know, Amazon is not fair, nothing is fair. But that made me angry. Like, here I am, Twitch streamer with my Amazon shop, and then the Shape magazine blasting their link all over the pages of... Also, doesn't it seem incredibly inefficient to list Amazon.com/shop/shape twice on a page? It just seems so silly. I would just do a call out and say, this is our Amazon shop link, and then, like, all these items are there. Pay me. Your new consultant. You're a consultant that hates this. Okay, we've got exercise equipment also in their shop. Hilarious. Fragrances, hair coloring, you know, hair companies are doing really well right now because everybody's cutting and coloring their own hair at home. Not me yet, at least. Makeup remover. Ooh, what's this? Okay, cold press is newly hot. Red clay has turned up benefits of hot sauce by cold pressing its peppers, preserve nutrients. Ooh, Carolina Reaper hot sauce, Verde hot sauce. I'd be curious to try that. They also have a hot honey. Red clay. You know what you can do? You can go directly to these products and manufacturers and buy directly from them so that, you know, your money doesn't go to Shape magazine. It does have a QR, it's just really small at the bottom here. Putting a link in a magazine seems like a terrible idea in the first place. No one's going to type out a full link. Agreed. Agreed. It's very silly. Beauty that does a world of good. I understand that beauty has a place among Shape content, but it just seems messed up to me. You know, to require one or the other. You know? It's not easy. Plump, hydrated skin. What's this? What's Otezla? Otezla is a... Oh, psoriasis drug. Man, these medical companies. Body mists. Girl, who... Okay, how many of you are wearing deodorant right now? Like, I'm quarantining alone. I don't have any use for perfume or body mist right now. I mean, sure, like, if Body Mister perfume makes you feel good about yourself, then yeah, do it. But, like, for me, it's for the benefit of other people. I don't understand. It's so funny. Yeah, Martin says, nope, not for 3 months. Good on you. There is a little interview here with Camila Mendez from, what is that show, Riverdale? Okay, this is messed up. So, you know how I said that the line between advertising is getting really blurred? So, we have, this has no, so some pages in magazines now say advertisement very clearly at the top in very small print or at the bottom. This page, that's an interview, has no indication that's an advertisement. And she recommends 3 products. That's genuine from her. But then, across from it is her face again. Like, secret for deodorant. Like, it feels really messed up to have, like, back-to-back her face, you know? With the, like, trying to legitimize the advertisement with real recommendations from her over here. You know? Like, they're trying to skim off of the energy of what's legitimate over here. Like, that's crazy. Eee! Matt says, I've been doing it out of reflex, your deodorant. Great. To be fair, until a week ago, you're working in a grocery store, haven't been long enough for that to occur to me. Yeah. You don't need to use your deodorant. Save it up. Gosh. A lot of products for going to the beach. Boy, do I miss the beach. Shampoo. Lots of shampoo. Does your hair need antioxidants? So much hair product in here. Oh, this was fascinating. So you remember how... I don't know if I can do this with a straight face. Remember Peter Thiel, who was getting blood infusions from, like, young... You know, it was, like, such a story that, like, it was lampooned on Silicon Valley, the show. This is a... So platelet, blood products have been around already for a couple years, but this is a 2020 piece called Flesh and Blood. Experts believe the secret to smoother, brighter, younger looking skin may be a matter of tapping your own resources. Here's what's involved. And this outlines the vampire facial, which is essentially a very expensive process where they found that platelets in your blood, platelets show up, you know, after you centrifuge. You take blood into a vial, you centrifuge it, you spin it around, and separate all its constituent parts. And the really helpful parts, the platelets, that help you heal. Like when you get a cut, the platelets are the things that rush up to help close it up. It's like amazing. It like knits your skin back together. And so in this facial, they take the blood in a vial, centrifuge it, take the platelets, and re-inject it back into your skin using either microneedles or a really long one to get to the 3 different layers. So the dermis, the epidermis, and I forget the name. There's 3. Anyway, so this is called the vampire facial, and it is, I want to see how much it costs. AccuFacial starts at $2,000. People are doing this. It's insane. Another dermatologist recommends 2 to 3 treatments. Each costs about $750. Y'all. There is an at-home option at the end here. I screamed when I read this. You might have seen my tweet. I screamed. She recommends So Me Skincare, $900. To get it, you'll make an appointment with a dermatologist who will draw your blood, separate the PRP, the platelets, and the red blood cells, and the plasma, and then immediately mix the platelet-rich plasma into a serum. This keeps the platelets as fresh as potent as possible. You'll be sent home with a mini fridge. That's what the $900 is for. With a mini fridge containing a 3-month supply. That's how long platelets can remain stable and efficacious. The customization of using your own blood means the product is made just for you and your blood already knows what to do to improve your skin. That's insane. Oh, Jason, thanks for subscribing. What's up? We're talking... I'm sorry, this is like right when you walked in. Right when you walk into the chat, we're talking about vampire facials. This is horrible. This is horrible. So, you know, today, Sunday streams are all about, Sunday streams are all about zines and magazines, so we're kind of picking apart a commercial magazine today, Shape magazine. This is the first 2020 magazine that I'm covering, and it's really making me angry. $900 skincare regimen. I mean, it sucks that I do know people who would do that, right? Like, don't you have a friend who's kind of shishi that would do that? You either get injected with blood in the face or get a $900 mini fridge full of skincare products. My God. I do know somebody online who has a mini fridge of skincare products, but they like review them for a living. Like that makes sense. My God. Exercise does more than simply fend off the blues. This is their answer to quarantine depression. It's go outside and surf. Which is something not everyone can do. Come on, y'all. Got an ad here for emergency. They're capitalizing off of the quarantine also. Scrubbing bubbles also. God. Yes, F all these people. Seriously. Sweat-proof music to your ears. Review of earbuds and things. There is a little bit of a scientific thing here. Pull out. It says, doesn't matter which songs you play to power through a workout. Music can really move you, specifically fast tempo tunes, 137 to 160 BPMs. They can boost your exercise capacity. That's a helpful thing. Okay. What else? Your daily 10-minute pick-me-up. Okay, exercise stuff. Okay, so here's an example of what I was saying earlier, that some advertisements now, because they look so legitimate, will say advertisement at the very top. I feel like we shouldn't have to do this. Because this should not be posing as medical research. That's messed up, y'all. Messed up. Ugh. Okay, exercising things. These are helpful. This is actually good, like, to safely do some exercise movements. I mean, yeah, fine. Yeah, at least they're disclosing that it's an ad. I think it's illegal for them not to. Oh yeah, here, look at this this centerfold of an RV adventure. You know how much this shit costs? Oh my God. Everybody stay inside. This is 2020. Don't go buy an RV. Martin says, LOL, I wonder how long CBD will be the cure-all for everything. I know, right? There's a page here for Mom Life, because they assume that people reading this magazine are moms. My. Oh, I didn't know this. Did you know that there are veggie-flavored goldfish now? It's carrot and tomatoes. Getting kids to sneakily eat carrots and tomatoes in a cracker form? I didn't know that. I actually would like to get that. Oh no, an ad worked on me. I think I'm pretty resistant to ads in general, but... Oh no, it's goldfish crackers. Oh no. Here's a feature here. Potent chemical in your brain can improve mood, fight stress, and even relieve pain, science show. Here's how to activate it. And they're talking about oxytocin. Keeps our bonds to other people strong. It's founder of New York Endocrinology. Yes, that's true. It's produced by the brain and released by pituitary gland when we're with the people we love. I don't know, if I'm not mistaken, oxytocin is also the thing that helps women, like, helps their bodies know when to, like, make breast milk and, like, when to menstruate and stuff like that. So I think this is a really obscured view of what oxytocin is. Anyway. There's a help thing. Be coronavirus smart. This is an ad from CDC and the Ad Council. This is pretty nice here. This one's really helpful. I'm really glad this is going out to the masses. It says talk to your kids, wash your hands frequently, stay at home. This seems in opposition to the stupid RV advertisement we saw a few pages ago. But this is a great little thing. Good job, CDC. Smart. I kind of wish that it was more this percentage to expensive things, but you know, can't make radical changes in this commercial magazine shit. Adventure Gear Guide. This also looks like a magazine feature, but at the top it says advertisement. Yar. Healthy balance. La la la. Okay. What's this? Once daily. Medical advertisements are so funny to me because they just like have so much disclaimer, and then they have this tiny actual pill size. Like, this is gonna make me want to ask my doctor for this. What's the ratio of ad pages to content? I actually don't know. It's a lot. I do like this last bit here. Food smart, creative ways to eat healthy. Not only does it look dope, like it's actually a pretty good layout. Seafood made simple. This is something that I struggle with, seafood. It's really easy, approachable recipes. Like, they're not formatted like they are in a regular cooking magazine. This is in paragraph form, and you know, kind of just isn't so precious about each step. So I think this is a great section here, the food section. It's pretty healthy and easy to understand. That's pretty good to me. There's also this little bit that I also agree with. It's called Adventurous Eating. Exploring different foods and getting creative with flavors makes you healthier and stronger. Research shows. Here's why. I'll read you the first part here. Embracing the exotic has immediate payoffs. I don't know if that wording. I don't like that wording. Those of us who get excited about eating all kinds of foods tend to have diets that are richer in vitamins and minerals, science shows. In one study, people who are open to trying new foods consume more protein, healthy fats, and magnesium than people who weren't. Adventurous women also tend to eat 50% more vegetables, according to research from Finland. To branch out in new food directions, order the tasting menus at restaurants, or buy something new to try every time you grocery shop. Whoa, they just threw the privilege in there at the end. Try tasting menus? Yo, shut up! No, how about go to the farmer's market and look at the vegetable stand? Like, tasting menu. God damn it. The rest of this is your whole body is healthier, your mood is brighter. That's absolutely true when you're trying new things. And yeah, maybe you'll approach foods that you won't like, but I think there's this Southeast Asian perspective of I don't remember if it was an Indonesian person who said this on Twitter, but it may have been, I don't know. But when you don't like something, her reaction is not, I don't like it. Like, a lot of us Western-raised people, when we don't like to eat something, we're like, ew. In her family, it is, I don't know how to eat this yet. And I think that's a beautiful way to understand food, or food that you don't know yet. So yeah, like, be adventurous, y'all. Like, I agree with that, at least. The tasting menu part is really makes me angry. Oh boy, packet chicken salad. Oh, gross. Sorry. I'd rather you make the chicken salad yourself. There's so many preservatives in this stuff. Why are you putting this in Shape magazine? Power up your dressing game. Yes. Yes. You don't actually need a whisk to make dressing. You could use a fork, guys. Oh, great! This is a feature about Priya Krishna, who had a great book that came out yet. I don't have it yet, excuse me. It's called Indian-ish. And she has this little interview. She's amazing. I like her. She grew up in Dallas, and she wrote a book with her mother about Indian food and how, you know, assimilating into American kitchens and still making Indian food. And maybe have some really fun stuff in here. Master sauces. There's some really easy recipes here for roasted beet hummus, chunky pepita lime guacamole. Oh, y'all. And vegan fennel aioli. So instead of using eggs in an aioli, which is mayo, they're using roasted fennel. Oh, yeah. Jason says Priya's awesome. She's on Bon Appetit's YouTube channel all the time. Yeah, she's dope. More recommendations. Ooh, this is a good page here. Summer refreshers. Cocktails. Ooh, yes. Please give me cocktails. These are nice and bright. But, you know, kind of expensive. What were we going to expect from this? This is a pomegranate Aleppo pepper syrup. Pomegranate juice with watermelon. And then we have a parsley syrup. And LP limonana. Mint syrup, lemon, yuzu tonic. These are expensive ingredients. Yuzu tonic, pomegranate juice, or pomegranate molasses, I think you can still find. But pomegranate juice is like $8, isn't it? Right? Well. Nevertheless, this is probably... I don't hate this page, is what I say. I haven't set out to hate this magazine, you know? I'm just trying to break down, you know, the differences between the independent publishers that I've been featuring. Lovely little feature by Anna Kendrick. She's great. Yeah, Martin confirms Palm is pricey. Yeah, it's like $8 bucks. She's great, but she's also wearing, you know, $1,200 taffeta skirt. I don't understand what a $1,200 taffeta skirt has to do with keeping in shape. She's wearing also like a sports bra with fancy clothes. Like, who actually does that? Nobody actually wears these things. It's just purely for the photos. But anyway, I like her. This is Your Brain on Adventures. Is more of the same theme of, you know, thrill-seeking, sense of flow, change. You know, I'm actually surprised this magazine did not have a lot of, I don't know, more about muscles and workouts and electrolytes. They're focusing a lot on mental health, which I admire. I think... I didn't even say her name. I didn't even say the Amazon Echo's name, and she answered me. What the hell? So freaky. Yeah, it's gonna be the 80s there in the Bay Area, and you need a spritzer. Take a stroll through Santa Monica. Yeah, I like this illustration. It's pretty cool. Reminds me of like 80s hair salon. Oh, there's a feature here on pizza. This is fascinating because they still make it look junky, but it's very healthy. Like, just analyzing this photo here. You can tell that they've plated the tomato and the olive and the green after the cheese and the pizza has been melted. They purely did this for the cheese pull, and then, like, making the vegetables look super fresh on top. Like, they didn't bake all the stuff on top of it. This is sort of the first time... Oh, this is a gorgeous page. Boy, do I love a mise en place. I love... This is like a messy knolling. It's beautiful. These are all potential pizza ingredients. Like, I can appreciate this. And this is the first time that I've seen a pizza crust, a vegan pizza crust, that I want to try. Look at these. These are gorgeous. Wow. Colors. Look at that. That's peach. What is that? Burrata, peach, and kale pizza with a summer squash crust. Brussels sprouts team up with bacon in this crispy quinoa pizza. Yo! Gluten-free crust. Get it. Looks good. Oh, farro sausage in quotation marks with ricotta pizza with sweet potato crust. Oh, that looks good too. Okay, good job. Food section's pretty good in this. Alright. Got it. Cool. Then they have a fashion editorial here at the end with $32 lip color. My god. $23 mascara. Oh my. People actually spend all this money on all this stuff. It's insane. And then there's a everyday athlete feature about Jenny Davis, 34, in London. Whoa. I became a serial adventurer after doing grueling ultra marathon through the Sahara Desert a few years back. I moved to Morocco to train, living in a little tent. Whoa. A serious side hustle. I work as a lawyer? Who has a side hustle as a lawyer? She's white. Good job. What a way to end this. And then there's a ad for a razor at the end. I feel like there were so many advertisements in this. This is insane. Very enlightening, though. It had some good parts, Shape magazine. But I will not be subscribing to that. That was an accident. That was mailed to my house. Okay, let's move on to the next commercial magazine. This is Bon Appetit. You may recognize them from, their famous test kitchen. This is the October 2012? Wait, what is it? I can't see. Oh, December 2012. I can't see because there is this evil advertisement on the front for a Microsoft product. So this is, December 2012. Sample of new Bon Appetit app experience on the Windows 8 desktop. Look at this evil page. Evil. Like, how much money do you think Microsoft paid Bon Appetit to put this extra page and actually cover the beautiful cookie cover? Like, you can see, like, the barcode is still here. Like, they literally just, like, pasted this on top. I can feel the adhesive right here. I know, Martin says, LOL, Windows 8, RIP. Okay, so this is a holiday issue. Host the season's best party, Bon Appetit. And introducing the BA seal of approval. I actually don't know if they still use the seal of approval. I don't think they do. At least not on web content. I mean, I've only interacted with Bon Appetit's recipes. I don't actually watch their test kitchen stuff. Maybe I see gifs of it on Twitter or like whenever someone says something bad. But yeah, this is so strange that they have like a seal of approval for products. So the first thing we get to is an ad for Patron party. Not bad. Okay. And then like Baby Gap. A car ad. Nobody's really gonna be buying cars right now. This is 2012. Holiday ads. Moet Chandon, like champagne. Yeah. Oh my gosh. You know what I think? I think Adam Rappaport had a crush on Alison Roman. I'm just realizing this. Okay, I have evidence. So I wrote a post on Patreon for my monthly column, and I talked about Alison Roman's cookies. And leading up to that, I told a story about a moment years ago, in like 2017. I went to an event at the Bell House where Adam Rappaport, the editor-in-chief of Bon Appetit, was interviewing Roman on stage for the Foodcast, for their podcast, and asking her about how her shortbread cookies went viral. And he was ribbing on her a little bit, like a little too uncomfortably, like he's her boss. And he like knows where she goes on vacation, and like she was like jokingly calling him dad and stuff, and I was like, that's weird. And so I already read this magazine, and I know for a fact that Alison Roman tells a story later in this issue about her father's chestnuts. And look at the leading image on the table of contents. It's the chestnuts. I think he favored her. I think Adam Rappaport favored Alison Roman. I'm just gossiping. That's just some hot goss. But she's sprinkled out throughout this issue in here. She has tips. She wrote a little thing about what her family does in during the holidays. But that's funny. 2012, Alison Roman. Look at that. Oh, and remember in that page in Shaped magazine that we were talking about that had like a call out for social media? Bon Appetit also does it. In 2012, they laid out a Twitter conversation that Adam Rappaport tweeted. Working on December issue, I'm just going to say it, the key to great latkes, schmaltz. What else you guys got? And then he has 3 replies that play out in threads here. This is such an interesting way that print is relating to the internet. You know? Wow. Fascinating. Someone has a hashtag here that's just one long recipe. It says, 1 onion, 2 potatoes, plenty of salt, egg, and matzo meal fried in peanut oil. That's Mitchell Davis's latke recipe. Martin says, I want latkes now. I know. I love latkes. I have ingredients to make latkes. Ooh, good idea. Okay. This is going to be very holiday. I'm going to skip reading this editorial letter because it's all about this tested and approved, like, Bon Appetit seal of approval. And this is what their test kitchen looked like before they moved to One World Trade. I don't remember where their old office was, but this is much smaller. Look, it's not like good for camera stuff because it's not a lot of natural light, and not accommodating for the amount of testers they have now. Insane. They've changed a lot. They have this feature here where readers can request recipes from restaurants. Like, we ate coquavin in Paris, but she swears the version at Bistro Zinc in Lenox, Massachusetts was better. I would love the recipe, and then they print it. It seems kind of crazy to give away the goods like that. That's okay. Oh, tandoori cauliflower. Hello. Swiss chard malfatti with sage brown butter. That sounds good, too. I have a gift guide, of course. Like, every publication around the holidays tends to have a gift guide. Makes sense. This page is cute. Sugar Rush. It's all these international, interesting candies. There's some of these I want to try. Like this one here, this Swirly Buddy. It's called a La-Di-Da. That is a swirled nougat, caramel, and chocolate. I've never had those elephant peanuts. You know, the orange ones like that? I've never had that. I don't know what they taste like. There's something called chicken bones. Crunchy bites of peanut butter, butterscotch, and coconut. Oh, so it's like a peanut butter pretzel, kind of, but with butterscotch. I'm allergic to it. I can't have it. Anyway, this is a good page. Candy. Yummy candy. Oh God, there's a perfume there's a perfume flap. I haven't seen a perfume flap in years. Oh, ugh. It smells of adhesive. It's Calvin Klein Euphoria. My dude. Okay. What is the point of having a perfume ad in a food magazine? Because I get it, you know, like, your target audience, those are the people that are going to be buying that perfume, like, those are the people who are reading this, but if I have this magazine in the kitchen and I'm flipping through it and, like, cooking from a recipe in the kitchen right now, the last thing I want to smell is someone else's perfume. Like, that's gross, right? Isn't that gross? That's gross. I don't know. Bleh. A new take on the holiday ham. This is something that I love, but it is expensive as hell. Like, so instead of having a regular spiral holiday ham, they recommend getting a jamon, a Spanish jamon from La Tienda. Those run about $199. And if you want like an iberico, those are like $400 retail. Even at wholesale that I have access to is still expensive. And these things do last for weeks. So if you were alone, you know, you could just shave off a little ham in the afternoon and then keep it at room temperature. You know, as long as you take care of it, it'll last forever. It seems really grand to get one of these. I wonder if I should just get one and just document how long it takes me to eat it. Wow. Holiday ham. Hamon. We got a car advertisement. Cocktail hour. Great. Gift guide. These are some nice items. American made. Pretty good. A Geico ad that has a pun about cheese. Okay. Alright, buddies. Gift guide about cocktails. This is great. How to make a Manhattan, and then like ways to twist it or ways to make them fancier for the holidays. It's pretty good. Gifts that wrap themselves. Skip the fancy paper, and these gifts look as good as they taste. I agree. Awesome. Turn your home into an oyster bar. This also sounds pretty decadent, but Island Creek Oysters does overnight delivery over ice. And my roommates actually, one Thanksgiving, we did oysters for a happy hour before we started Thanksgiving. We did a jalapeno mignonette, reverse martinis. Reverse martinis are more vermouth. Oh, sorry, Martin, you don't have any vermouth. I'm sorry. But yeah, reverse martinis are just reverse the proportions of the vermouth to vodka. So that, you know, you don't get so drunk so fast during the holidays. And then we each learned how to shuck oysters. And it was the greatest. It was such a fun group activity. If you are lucky enough to be quarantining with a group. But yeah. I feel like the holidays this year, you know, if it's safe to do so, are going to be like a marathon week. Like, I'm not going to stop partying. More home goods, more recommendations, la la. Advertisement for Lladro. You know what Lladro is? Jesus, my mom loves Lladro. It's a Spanish porcelain manufacturer. They're like really elaborate. They're pretty beautiful, but like they're things that my mom puts in a glass case and does not use and touch. She does more of the statue stuff. She doesn't do any of the cookware stuff, but it's very expensive. Goodness. Fast, easy, fresh. Take a break from the holiday gluttony with light and bright weekday meals. Alright. Good contrast to the holiday content. Alright. Go beyond butternut. Roasted squash with lemon tahini sauce. Delicious. Chicken thighs. Love chicken thighs. Wonderful. What is that? Flounder with bok choy, cilantro, and lime. It's a pretty good photo. Nice. This is very text heavy over here. Interesting that this is a cooking magazine and there's an ad for waffle fries. Okay. Ad for broth. Oh, there's a great little feature here about, it's called Put a Lid on It. You gave socks last year, now give friends and family something they can sink their knives and spoon into with delicious homemade condiments. I don't think you have to wait for the holidays to come around. I think it's a great idea to start making stuff and trading with your neighbors, because I've been doing that. I made banana jam, and I traded with my friend Janice, who gave me vegan cupcakes. I traded cheese with Kate, who made me torta pasqualina, which is a sort of a spinach pie with a hard-boiled egg in the middle. So I encourage you all to start making stuff at home. Just buy a case of jars and then, like, start trading. Because then you have all this stuff in your fridge that you can play with. It's really fun. Oh, ad for Home Shopping Network. Oh boy, more travel stuff. Jamaica's hidden treasure. God, remember traveling? There's an advertisement for a camera, because, you know, people who read this magazine want to take nice food photos, at least in this day and age. Goodness. Contests. Cruises. Cruises scare the crap out of me right now. There's an editorial here about a snowy winter dinner. This is cute. But, you know, who can rent a cabin right now and get out and isolate themselves out in the snow? Oh my god. That ham does look good. Ooh, nutmeg and black pepper popovers sound delicious. Wintergreen gratin. Okay, that ham. Roasted fresh ham with citrus and rye. Damn. That's a good photo, too. That's citrus and olives. Kalamata olives. is giving me some ideas. Okay, Adam Rappaport did the whole thing about latkes. 4 steps to latke love. Place the squeeze on. So squeeze aggressively as much liquid as possible out of the shredded vegetables. Switch up the fat if you can find schmaltz or chicken fat. Test the temperature. Keep them crisp. This is Mom's recipe here for latkes. Oh, now I want to make latkes. There's cookie recipes here because cookies are way important to people during the holidays. It wasn't really so much of a thing in my family. I mean, they love sweets, but cookies weren't necessarily our thing. Cookies and cakes, really. We were not a cookie and cake family. Lots of fruit in my family. So here's a lot of the holiday stuff. So they interviewed the staff about all their favorite things that they do during the holidays. So this one's like a prime rib. Whoa, wow. Oysters, fried oysters, old fashions, makes sense. So here's that photo, like I said, this is Alison Roman's roasted chestnuts. Featured twice in this magazine, by the way. Drama. I'm just trying to sow drama. I'm just kidding. And then there's this whole section of the Bon Appetit seal of approval. So they have 50 items that they guarantee will upgrade every aspect of your culinary life. And so if you are already like someone who cooks at home, and I feel like most people are being forced to cook at home now, you're going to think that some of these items are like either too expensive or too basic. So like they have sriracha here. Natural peanut butter. Sel Subel, fancy butter, $6.99 for a thing of butter? Y'all, no. Dijon mustard, chicken broth from Swanson, that's basic, right? Like Domino sugar, basic. Canned tomatoes. So like it's really interesting the spectrum of people that are trying to address with this feature. It's like 50 items for people who are just starting to cook and then people who already actively cook. So like kosher salt, I have that. That's fine, you know. King Arthur flour, A+ #1, love them. Yeah, I don't know. This feels kind of weird. They're trying to be like the wire cutter. You know what the wire cutter is? And the wire cutter, by the way, if you don't know who they are, is the New York Times arm that they just bought. The New York Times just bought Wirecutter to, they review products diligently, like tech products. This is trying to, I don't know, it's a big shopping list. Okay, more advertisements. Like, it's really funny to me that a lot of magazines still have this stuff, like the mail-in card. Yeah, Wirecutter's great for recommendations. Business reply mail. So funny. They sink money into this page. This is like space, and it's a different cardstock in the magazine, so it costs a lot of money to have this in here. And do you think they prepay all the postage, or do you think the USPS charges them back for what passes through the system? I don't know. But it's strange that mail order is still a way that people still subscribe to magazines. Or at least it wasn't like that in the Shape magazine that we saw. It was a lot of like online referral, but here this is 2012. I get, this is 8 years ago. I guess this is a while ago. Let's see, we're getting to the end here. Perfect. Okay, we're getting to actual cooking tips. I feel like we were lacking a lot of technical cooking tips. Perfect crust, no rolling pin required. Like when you're putting a pie crust into a pan, you use your fingers at first, and then use the bottom of a measuring cup to flatten it out, to make it even. That's a secret. It's pretty good. Okay. And this is the end of the issue. Seth Meyers has a little holiday interview with Seth Meyers. He has a greyhound, Italian greyhound. And I think he was interviewed for this before he got married and before he became the host of Late Night Show. It's kind of cool. He loves cheese boards. So maybe if Seth Meyers ever saw my cheese boards, I could make one for him. Pretty cool. All right. That is the Bon Appetit 2012 December issue with this evil Microsoft Windows 8 advertisement attached to the front. It's so stupid. But anyway, those are the magazines we went through today. Got Bon Appetit, The Shape from 2020, now, the Now Times. Put Egg on it, number 8, which is still on sale in our store. And then Overseasoned, March 2017, which was a lovely example of using a hybrid of your own photos, handwriting, and really interesting textured paper. Like, you see the shimmer? I don't know. Anyway. Does anyone have any zine questions? Or just reactions to the advertisement stuff that we saw today? Like, that was a lot, y'all. But vampire facials, don't get them. Please don't get them. Also, don't drain your own blood. Don't do it. I like you too much. Don't do it. Well, if y'all have any more zine questions or have any suggestions for ingredients for Wednesday's stream, I would love them. Wednesday's stream at 5 p.m. Eastern, we're going to talk about tofu in depth, and then spam, and hopefully if I can get some white rice, we can do spam musubi live on the stream. Oh, I'm going to start introducing food stuff into the stream slowly until I get a second camera. But yeah, if you have any more ingredients or recipes that you want me to cover for Wednesday, I still have one more slot. Also next Sunday, if you have zines that you want to share with me and that you want me to check out, I'd love to look. I like knowing more about food zines or just other zines in general, to just dissect how they come together, different methods that they may use, layouts. It's really cool. I love expanding my brain about it. But yeah, if you don't have any more questions, I will see you on Wednesday. Ooh, asparagus. Hi, Lucius. Didn't catch you there. Didn't see you come in. Asparagus. Great. I love to talk about asparagus. Cool. We'll talk about tofu, spam, and asparagus on Wednesday. Asparagus takes a long time to grow. Oh, yeah. Well, I hope you had a good morning. Well, friends, it's good to see your chats. I was about to say faces. Good to see your chats this morning. I like you. Thanks for hanging out with me on a Sunday. I will see you on Wednesday, and please DM me, tweet me, Instagram me if you have any more questions about zines or cooking or anything at all. I'd love to help. So I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I hope there's sunshine for you. Oh, I'm here on Wednesdays at 5 p.m., Matt. Yeah, cool. So thanks for hanging out, everybody. I'll see you Wednesday, 5 p.m. Eastern. I'll play you more twinklies here.